What's up, beauty lovers? My name's Mary and welcome back to my channel. In a recent video I said that I had done a recent purge of all my makeup, getting rid of a bunch of stuff to kind of minimize my collection and make more room and stuff like that. So today we're talking about some of the products that I decided to get rid of in my little purge, as well as some of the products that I've recently tried that are just not working for me. So go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so 2 videos ago I talked about how I cleaned out my spare room and kind of turned it into my little studio here. In doing that, I decided to get rid of a ton of makeup because I was running out of room, and soon enough this room is going to become the new baby's room, and my vanity will have to move to our master room, which doesn't have a ton of space, so I kind of have to like bring things in, you know what I mean? So I started going through my stuff and getting rid of things that, number 1, were expired, number 2, I didn't like, or number 3, were nearly empty and I knew I wouldn't use up. So I have this bag here. It doesn't seem that big. It isn't. In all honesty, I could probably do a much better job, but it's just a start. I do plan on going through my palettes pretty soon, as I didn't declutter my palettes because I have a weird emotional attachment to a lot of them, and I want to take my time going through those and stuff. So there are no palettes in here, but there are several products that I do not like or do not need or do not use, and we're gonna go ahead and get into that. Alright, so if you've ever watched my channel before, you know my obsession with makeup brushes. I absolutely love my makeup brushes. I have a ton of them, an absurd amount actually. But there are a few that I will be getting rid of. Not a ton of them, but I have 6 here. I'm going to have to go through more of them later, but these are the ones that I know I won't be using anymore. One, because one has hot glue all over it. Not really sure how that got there, and I've had this brush for years. Like, I think this was one of my first makeup brushes ever. And then these are all from the same set. I thought I was ordering Carity brushes, which I have Carity palettes, and they're amazing. And I heard good things about their brushes. So I ordered some off of Amazon, and they were fake, and they suck. They literally suck, and they like break my face out whenever I use them, so they're going in the trash. I also have this like oval brush, and it's kind of misshapen, and I don't use it, so those are going away. Okay, so I have a few different foundations that I'll be getting rid of. The first one is this Mega Cushion from Wet n Wild. I actually really liked this. It's just that it kind of dried up towards the end, and I couldn't really get any more use out of it. I don't know, the cushion foundation thing seems just kind of weird to me. I feel like I didn't get as much use out of this as like a normal foundation, but I did like the consistency of this, and I did like that it had SPF in it. I wore this a lot during the summer. I have a Fit Me Maybelline stick here, and I bought this as a contour stick, so it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shades too dark for me. So like I said, I bought it as a contour stick, and I don't cream contour. I suck at it, and I don't care to really learn that much more about it. So I will be getting rid of that. I have a e.l.f. tinted moisturizer, and this has SPF 20 in it, and this gave me absolutely no coverage whatsoever, and I felt like it was kind of dry on my skin too, so that's gonna go. And then I have a Flower Cosmetics, that's Drew Barrymore's line that you can find at Walmart, and this dried out my skin so bad, like I cannot use it, and the color was way too yellow for me. I got this on clearance, which should have said something, but it's just not my cup of tea. I have never been able to use a stick foundation that I liked that didn't make my skin look completely flaky. Kind of going along with that, I am also getting rid of the Flower Cosmetics Under Eye Cover Cream. This was extremely watery. It didn't do anything to cover it. It's just, it was not working for me. Like, it's a rollerball type of style, and I would sit there and like rub it on, and stuff would come out of it, but the second you went to go blend it, it like disappeared. So it wasn't working for me. Again, I got this in the clearance section, which again should have said something, but it's going bye-bye. I found another foundation, and this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. It's not that I don't like this. It works fine in the summer for my skin, but in the winter this stuff is way too dry. But this shade in particular was way too yellow for my skin tone, and I tried to find someone who could take it because it's practically a full bottle, but unfortunately no one has that the undertone, that yellow undertone, except for my sister who doesn't wear foundation, so unfortunately that one's going as well. Going along with skincare is this e.l.f. Active Hydration Stick. I really wanted this to work because my skin is so dry, but unfortunately this broke me out like crazy. I have pretty sensitive skin, and this, you could literally tell where I swiped it on my face. There would be like a line of where I swiped it. My skin would just break out bright red, be tingly. It burned my eyes even though I wouldn't put it near my eyes. It just was not a good product for me. It might work great for someone else, but for my skin it just did not work. I've got one highlighter in here. I probably could have done better because I have a lot of highlighters, but this one I got in an Ipsy bag, and this is the City Color Glow Duo. It has a cream and a powder, and these just suck. Like, they just suck. The cream wipes away your foundation. The powder was too dark for my skin tone, and it just seemed to disappear right away too. This is just not something I would recommend for anyone. I'm not a huge City Color person. Everything that I've gotten from them I have not been that impressed with, so that's another reason it's going. It's just taking up room. It's not good. I never used it. Bye bye. Blush. I have this disgusting old blush palette. Obviously I've hit pan, so I liked that blush a lot, but I don't even know how long I've had this, and it doesn't even have a expiration date on it, so I know it's time to go. I have plenty of other blushes that I can take advantage of. That just needs to go. Let's talk about mascaras. I'm getting rid of these two mascaras because I absolutely hate them, not because they went bad or they're empty or anything like that. I just literally hate them that much. The first one that I do not like is going to surprise some people, but it is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and it comes in the pink too. People love this stuff because it's a good dupe for Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but I hate it. I hate it. I thought it was clumpy. I didn't think it separated the lashes nice. I thought it was just, it just didn't do a good job for me. It didn't lift them, and I felt like it would make my lashes fall flat within an hour of putting them on. Not my favorite one. I will not be repurchasing this. I should have known that if it was a dupe for Better Than Sex, which I also hate, I wasn't going to like it, but I was willing to give it a chance. I used it multiple times to try and get it to work for me, and it just didn't. I'm not a fan of this one at all. The other mascara I'm getting rid of is even worse than the Lash Paradise, and I got this one, I believe, in a BoxyCharm, and it's the Butter London Double Decker Lashes. I hate it. I hate it. It's even clumpier and chunkier than the Lash Paradise one. It doesn't separate your lashes at all. It gives no volume. I don't know, double decker, such a misleading name. I've maybe used this a handful of times, and every single time I'm like, I'm never using this again, and finally I put it in the bag and I'm like, I'm done with this. This is shit. Alright, this is not mascara, but it is brow defining gel. I have no eyebrows. I have to fill them in every single day. It's clear. It doesn't even have a tint to it, so it's just not something that would work for me. It's just not a product that I need or use. You're probably like, why do you have a Tupperware container full of dust? This was it was Physicians Formula, the butter bronzer, and it completely shattered and broke, so I put it in here thinking that I would use it again, but I haven't. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this as well. So I do actually have a few little palettes in here that I'm getting rid of, as well as a few shadows. I am getting rid of one of my samples of Elizabeth Mott Pop Color, or Pop Goes the Shadow, and this is in the color Mermaid Teal. I have nothing wrong with the shadow, but I did get two of them, and this is the one that I haven't used yet. So I'm not actually throwing this away. I'll probably put it aside and give it to someone since it hasn't been swatched or used yet, but I already have this shade. I don't need it. Another single shadow that I'll be getting rid of is a City Color Shimmer Shadow, and it's broken and cracked, and like I said with the, what was it, the highlighter, I'm not a huge fan of City Color, so this one's going bye-bye as well. I have two palettes that I'll be getting rid of. The first one is the Blush to Nudes by Maybelline. There's this little thing right here. I don't use this. I was actually given this, and it just isn't my cup of tea. It's not very pigmented at all. I like the colors because they're cool colors, and I tend to use a lot of cool colors, but I have almost all these shades in different, better performing palettes, so this one's going to go as well. I have a Profusion 9 color eyeshadow palette, and it is destroyed. Thank you, Charlotte. And it was just kind of sitting in my bottom drawer not doing anything, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that too. I also have a contour palette by Style Essentials. I got this at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or somewhere forever ago. And this is what it looks like. It's so dirty and gross, but that's what it looks like. I did use this a good amount of times, but it wasn't my favorite. It was kind of chalky. It wasn't super pigmented, and I found better, cheaper contour stuff, so this one's going to go as well. And I'm pretty sure this is expired because, yeah, 24 months. I definitely bought it more than 2 years ago. There's a few eyeliners in here that just didn't work for me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. Everything else that is in this bag are lip products. I have a lot of lip products. I can't even pick them up with two hands. It's just, I had duplicate colors. I had stuff that was clearly expired. I had things that Charlotte had dug her fingers into that I didn't want to use. I had cheap stuff that didn't work or didn't stay on. Bold colors that just I would never wear. It didn't work for me anymore. Formulas I didn't like, stuff like that. So I will be getting rid of all those as well. Cleaning up my stuff felt really good. I made a lot of room. I don't intend in using that room for other makeup. I said in my last video, my BoxyCharm video, that I was doing a no buy. I'm not buying anything for the month of December, and probably gonna do that for a few more months. Not only for like saving money reasons, but because I realized that I don't need more makeup. As much as I love like getting new things, I don't need it right now. So we're doing a no buy. It's just nice to be able to like pull out a drawer and not have to like dig through stuff anymore to be able to find what I was looking for, instead of like looking at it was too overwhelming. It really was overwhelming, and getting rid of even just a small amount of things made me feel so much better. I have an entire 3-drawer thing full of non-makeup related items, but that are like beauty items that I also want to do a declutter on, and I'll probably get rid of some more brushes and some palettes and stuff like that. So that's for a later video though. That's all I have for you today. So thanks for sitting through this little declutter. I encourage you guys to do the same with your collection. Go through, look for expired stuff, check your things. Don't hold on to things that you don't need or you don't use. Make room for other stuff, especially if you're subscribed to stuff and you keep getting new things in. Make room for that. Get rid of the old gross stuff that you don't use. It feels good, makes room. You're going to be happy with yourself. I want to do this probably every few months. Just go through and get rid of a good bag of things. Alright guys, that's all I have for you. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that and turn on your notifications so you can tell when I post a new video, which is 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video.